Finally, we can leave Citadel Station.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Let's keep it short.
Crew, this is Commander Shepard.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir. Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Yeah, there's a natural ending to a conversation. I have to go. Okay, finally we have our ship. Finally. I'm not sure how people are gonna react to me. Things might change because I'm the person in charge of everything now.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander, this won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
It's good
Yes,
to get
sir.
to know. Good to get to know the nature of the crew. That it. I'm going to take a quick trip to the other parts before heading out. To visit the lower levels too. Let's see what the difference that the different licenses we've been buying have made. I don't think we're gonna get anything good as buying options. After all, they're the first licenses you can possibly get your hands on.
Looking for supplies?
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will...
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
The armors, medium armors, armor. I probably wouldn't know the difference even if I saw it. I think this is what we have. It looks like we can't even buy a better pistol no matter how hard we try.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
We never trained to fight synthetics. The Geth haven't gone beyond the Veil in 3 centuries.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Come on.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Yeah, try not to choke on a barrel of a shotgun or anything. Not a happy story there. Where the hell are the rest? This would be the engine room. The engineer is probably here.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
Ooh.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
Yeah, don't get it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
That seemed like a mistake to me. It might have worked if they'd had a system that would basically allow them by pressing of a switch, get rid of them all, and even then it would be questionable because they would have already reached the sentience, more or less. So it would have been, I guess, more reasonable at least to just end the servitude right then and there. And trying to come up with some kind of a solution with them, while naturally being prepared that if it comes to war, it comes to war, but at least give it a chance to develop into something else. By taking the action first, you sort of gain initiative, sure, but you also ensure that there can be nothing but that one road anymore.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I'm not convinced. Tali naturally has... She might be right, but... she has also so much historical baggage on her that I don't think she can look at the situation objectively. At least her views are very, very, very likely heavily colored.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, We leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Okay.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation, too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself, no emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Okay. It's good to understand the basics of what the stealth system can and can't do. So they know someone's there, but they can't get a location after that.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank God. So, no, this is we're still missing one deck entirely. There shouldn't be that many people left though. Maybe the doctor and Aiden. This should be my quarters now. We talked to the doctor a little bit before. Might not be necessary to talk to her again. Assault rifle, sniper rifle. We haven't talked to Aiden at all though. I mean, 0 times.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with... Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an elf.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. I wanted... But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance...
I should go.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
Commander.
we talked to her before. So... Kaden would be the only one.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Okay. Finally, we can get the hell out of here. Do some actual missioning. Yeah, do we go after Liara or do some kind of a secondary mission? I think we would like to go after Liara. Just seems to make more sense to me. To get everyone together. What the fuck? No idea. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Ah, that's better. Ah. Yep, let's go to Liara. What we can dig up there. Ooh. Sparta, Knossos, Athens. I have no idea where I need to go. You know, she's somewhere here. Proteus. Doesn't seem to have anything going on this one. Ooh, survey. Gas deposit survey. Proteus has a large amount of free oxygen. About Helium 3. Reveal an abandoned base on its moon. The recon team found nothing of interest, but much of the debris was marked with the Magna colonies. So nothing of interest there. Warning, level 1 pressure hazard, which means what? Convoys in the system have recently locked a number of unregistered vessels operating here. Silica dust. In areas where the wind deposits a great deal of silica, footing can be treacherous. EVAs are discouraged. Okay. So, what kind of team do we want? I have a little bit of biotic strength, so what we need is, I think, a tech. Not sure. Caden, Garrus, and Tali Zara. I'm inclined to go with a little bit of a combat capability group. Not a huge fan of Rex. Let's see how Ashley does. Yeah. I'm sure this is a fantastic group. I have no idea how to use the vehicle. Debris, stronghold, and unknown. Let's go see the debris first. The driving is a bit odd. Still. What's the debris? You leave the vehicle. Yeah, let's learn about how to use the vehicle. There were vehicle keys somewhere at the bottom. Okay. Tread zoom, thrusters turn to normally. No. How is Is that useful? Tutorials. No, no, no. Need the... No. No. Yeah, anything about vehicles. Yeah, we know that. The movement is simple enough. Press E to enter and Q to exit the Mako.
Cover me.
Electronic skill too low. No, you suck ass. Electronics. Where do you unlock there? Shit. Okay, we need a tech. There's no getting around that fact. Always have to have a tech, otherwise you can't do shit. So, hello Tali. Yeah. I'm sure it's a perfect group. Holly will be our skill monkey, Ashley will be our warrior, and I'll be Batman. I'll be the wizard. At least you should have electronics. But still very, very low level. On easy objects only. Not sure that's enough. Not sure that's enough at all. Caden might be the better choice because he hasn't been leveled up, so we'll have chance to at least patch up all the missing areas. Now we'll see how it works out. At least the bastard has electronics, and we can use electronic skills on average objects. What else? Okay, decryption and electronics is a different thing. Decryption on hard targets. Yeah. Aiden is the best choice for this type of job at the moment. Combat armor. First aid. 3 combat armor. Advanced shield boost and hyper rifles. Okay, Williams, yeah, Avenger 3, quite a bit better. Caden, be using a pistol, Yeah, that's at least somewhat better. What about armor? We really have terrible light armors. You should be able to use a heavy. A Guardian or Gladiator. We'll have the heavier damage protection. There are certain things that can come through shields, so... Toxic Seeds. Hardened Wheat. I'll take the Hardened Weave. Not quite sure what harden even means. And you can use a sniper rifle. We really need that medium armor if we want to have any chance of survival. Please put your helmet on. It just looks awful if you run around here without a helmet. Okay, let's try this again. We should have hard and medium abilities as far as unlocking these containers or sites is concerned. Skill. What is this? Ooh, bypass using 25 Omnigel. Shield regenerator, high turbo barrel. Not particularly useful. Still, free loots. An escape pod. Let's go see what the anomaly is. At least there seem to be enemies there. Not where we're going though. That said, we are on a high ground. We might at least take a look around to see what we can see. something we really want to worry about right now. At the perimeter of Geth with snipers in towers. I can see where we're going. There's some kind of mineral deposit there too.
Now.
Sorry, capture. Matriarch's writings recovered. It's not clear who lived here, but it appears to have been abandoned for some time. Container in the tent held, among other things, one of Matriarch's Thilinaga's writings. Okay, Asari writings. Keep searching until you find all the missing writings. 10. So it seems like find 10 boar testicles type of mission. That's me. Okay, why do we have to keep an eye out on the mineral deposits? They're not shown on the map either, so you'd have to run around specifically looking for them. What's the benefit? Find 25 or to get a cookie, something like that. Thurium. Yeah, this is how mineral surveys work too, apparently. Rare elements. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of thorium. Well, we're getting money out of it, so that's something. Still. The actual battle. And a major point of interest at the same time. The behavior of the vehicle is sort of very bouncy. Looks like there's about a half a dozen of them here. We're not seeing new ones at the moment. I think we're probably better off trying to go at least a little bit closer. To withdraw a little bit. Let the shield recharge. Okay, I think we're better off trying to go in at this point instead of trying to snipe things. They have sniper rifles. I think it will work better for them. Why can't I hit them faster? That's right. Seriously. Ah. It doesn't actually hit where you aim. It hits in a totally different place, which is odd. Burnout. You know, there's at least one guy here. Level 1 hazard is increasing, so we probably should move quite quickly. Okay, why can't I see anyone?
Go, go, go!
What the fuck? I know you lost shield because it's a terrible situation for you to be in. Yeah, I know enemies are everywhere, it's just not a good place for us. Seems like there's only one guy left. Who is it?
Negative contacts, Commander.
No, it's okay. What is this place? Anti-personnel round, basic rounds. Fuel tank. Whatever we're here for, that's where we need to go. So, I want to take a little bit of a closer look if we can get any more loot here. Door control. Okay, I do have to say I don't like where lift is located. Very unlikely to use it at that point. Hard decryption. Manual override possible. Oh shit. No. Get a single attempt. Yes. Discovered evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Nasana Dantius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, are sisters. You should return to the Presidium and confront Nasana with this. Okay, I need to start manual override. Oh, shit. That was it already failed, but succeeded. Definitely need more practice with that. Cryo explosive. Incendiary explosive. First aid interface. Okay. A lot of other crap too, apparently. Grenades. The high explosive damage, radius, weapon force. Max accuracy. 19 damage per second for 5 seconds. Release a thermal paste on detonation that clings to and burns through virtually all known substances. Okay, I like that. Chemical round 3. We need light armors. We really do. Well, we have 10,000 credits. That's something. A little bit of action, a little bit of loot, a little bit of a side quest progression. Easy. Medium armor, heavy armor. Medium armor, medium armor. Assault rifle, medium armor. Shotgun, sniper rifle, heavy armor. How much Omni-Gel do we have? 17, that's not a lot. I think in general, everything that has a designation of 1 at this point should be just gelled up at this point. I'm not gonna really bother looking at the stats. Yeah, just kill it all. In here. Actually, we can sell it too, I suppose, but here's the thing. It's gonna be worthless anyway. The armor, we're not gonna do anything. We just need enough Omnigel that if we have to force some kind of hacking job, we have the gel to do it. That's all. At least I don't care about the gel about that. Anyway, mission accomplished. So that was pretty much the only reason we still had to be here. We know there's one more enemy and we're still gonna go and kill him, just for the experience if nothing else. Our defenses are full. Anything else? Plus strong. We could take another look, I suppose, see if there are other deposits here. That's going to have to be a fairly quick procedure. I'm not an expert at driving at this vehicle. It sort of seems like it's a little bit unstable. Be me imagining things. I don't intend to do a detailed scan of the area or anything like that. I'm going to be taking a look at this corner, see if we can find any additional unknowns. If not, we'll just move around. I think all the real points of interest are automatically spotted on the map. So you never have to go out of your way to try to find those. That's the edge, yeah, we're leaving. So, totally optional, totally worthless place to actually really go to. I have no clue where we have been and where we haven't been. Gas deposits. We'll try to go through things systematically. Simply because there's no way I'll remember where I've been and where not. Tree-man Reed. Yeah, let's start at the center.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Excellent. Perhaps we found what we were looking for. Caden has to come with us. Jeff has a technical expertise. Might as well take Ashley. Doesn't seem to matter really. What is this? Atmospheric hazards. Okay, debris, distress signal, anomaly. Check the distress signal first. Seems prudent. Someone's in distress. You don't go around sightseeing at that moment. Respond as soon as possible. Get trapped. Not detecting anyone.
Hostile contact!
Oh shit.
All targets down.
It is sort of a sand base in there, as far as I can see. Or maybe that's what triggers it. Alliance Marine.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Okay. Missing Marines. Yeah, we lured out here by the distress beacon and murderized. Mystery solved. Took some damage. I think all our tires are basically damaged at this point. Not quite sure how do you repair this. I'm sure it's. I'm confident it can be done. From the skills I've already taken allow me to do that, but it doesn't recall who has them or let alone how the hell do you do it. Might be more of those creatures, so I think I'll save. Don't particularly want to die here. What exactly is this? Seriously, there it is. So small it's hard to even notice. Mummified Salarian. Oh my god. Everything has to be like this. ID tag recovered. We found Captain Milan's identification tag. How it ended up here is impossible to know for sure.
Negative contacts, Commander.
My god. Yeah, doesn't look like there's anything of particular interest here either. So I'm pretty sure this was the Yara was somewhere in the system. Did I accidentally go into the wrong place? I'm just wondering because so many of our side missions seem to be in the same system too.
Securing point.
Electronic skill too low. Are you shitting me? You have electronic skill too low. You have to have ability to hard objects, I suppose. So we still need a level up. We have to come here again. Take sniper rifles, yeah, assassination. What about you? Advanced throw, lift. Probably should go for medium armor. The light we don't have light armors, and we have a huge amount of medium armors. Seriously, you can't do anything about that. Electronic skill too low. So, yep. Just gonna have to leave. Where is this place in the way? I mean, what's the system name? If it's good, hopefully it might be actually worth coming back to then. Idolus. Yeah, good luck remembering that. I'd just like to find the place where we actually have to go. I didn't pay too much attention, it probably would have been the flag somehow. Live and learn. Plutonium. Let's look. I'm pretty much sure it's this one. There's only one place left. Gnosis. Time sinks. This game has them. A lot of them. Yeah, start center. Wonder if we can find places that aren't highlighted immediately, so we can shit. Gallic asteroid. Another time sink, because now we have to scan all those fucking places again. I don't think I will be doing that though, but okay. Yeah, this is at least a colony. Looking if there's anything else. Therium. Scans of the asteroid field in the Knossos system revealed some strange readings. Upon closer inspection, Navigator Presley discovered the remains of an abandoned Salarian fighter. The only thing of interest on board was a League of One medallion. So another thing you have to collect. Another board testicle you have to keep an eye out. Yep, I think we're done. So the only place worthwhile was it Doom? Yep. But I think let's at least land, see what happens. This has to be the place unless it's unless it's another one of those where it was in one of the asteroid belts and we missed it. I don't think so. Yeah, this looks clearly different.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Yeah, this looks very, 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 very different. So I guess we finally found the correct place.